Hello, I'm Sunset, and this is a no bullshit review for First things first, what genre is this game? Because everywhere you look, you will get a different answer. Let's clear that up right now. It is a sandbox game. It might be a survival game, but that shit only lasts for 2 hours until you leave the planet you start out on. And the exploration is good, but there is so little diversity in the planets. After a while, it just isn't an exploration game. I mean, there's 3 types of planets. There is flat, and then there is flat with ocean, and then there is mountains that go into the atmosphere and then immediately dive down into a pit in hell. Now, is that a bad thing? No. Not really, because exploration, action, survival, all these smaller elements on their own aren't enough for a full game, but Hello Games, the developers, realize that they can all be used separately to enhance the sandbox experience. It's why they've been able to resurrect their game from the dead, essentially. Now, No Man's Sky is built off of progression. What I mean by this is you start out with a shitty ship that's half broken, fix your ship, you get money, you buy a better ship. And this process continues throughout the entire game, from your gun to your ship, as I said, to your base, to technology, going through all these different things to basically upgrade your character, and it becomes a very satisfying game loop. And what Hello Games has done here is they've dodged a pitfall that all sandboxes fall into. The moment of where you kind of sit there and realize, what the fuck am I doing? Because a lot of sandboxes have this, where you kind of have like an existential crisis of why am I wasting my time? The way Hello Games has done this is basically there's so many genres fighting for control in this game that there's so many different elements to explore that you never get fully engrossed in one. You never become fully consumed by ship combat or ground combat. You never get fully consumed by mining or farming. There's so many different things to take your attention away that you simply spend a bit of time on one thing and move on to the next. And they've crafted the entire game around basically sampling these different categories and genres one at a time and then switching back and forth, that eventually it just becomes a complete and whole experience. Because somehow all these competing genres in the end up working together, and they somehow make a very good cocktail, all these opposing ingredients. Now, at launch, it was a complete fucking disaster, but somehow they've been able to wrangle it back. They've been able to create a whole experience, and that's very nice. So, on to the scores, since I don't want to waste your fucking time. Now, for the scores themselves, they're going to be separated by genre, just depending on what you're looking for. First off, the strongest, a sandbox game. How well does it perform as a sandbox, an all-around, chill-out after work kind of game? This shit is a 10 out of 10. Between music, between procedurally generated planets, base building, your ships, upgrading, in-depth upgrade systems, crafting, all that equates to a very, very chill experience where you can turn your brain off and enjoy a game. To put it into perspective, it is kind of like the feeling of progression an MMO has, that feeling of satisfaction with the chill vibes of a single player Minecraft world. It's a very harmonious union I didn't know I needed in my life, but I absolutely needed it. Now, for the exploration game, I'd say it's a 5 out of 10 if you're looking for an exploration type game. The reason I say this is there are definitely some wow moments, and it is a very beautiful game, and the soundtrack definitely helps feel like the vastness of space. But, and a big but, the systems just aren't there. The procedural generation just isn't advanced enough to be exactly what they promised at E3 back in 2000 BC. Now, I must preface that it seems Hello Games has taken a vested interest in enriching the systems behind Planet Generation for future updates. I don't know this officially, but from all the rumors and how updates have been progressing as of late, it seems that they want to renovate and update their planets, which is a great sign for this side of the game. Now, if you're looking for anything else from this game, you better get the fuck out of here, because it has nothing else to offer. This game was made for a very specific audience, and it kicks ass at serving that audience. It doesn't need to be anything else. Now, for the rest of the video, I have a choice. I can either talk your ear off for 13 hours in a video essay about the intrinsic differences in the bushes of the game, or I can just knock out a bunch of vital points in rapid succession. Now, this part of the video is only for people who don't trust me at all, and I don't blame you at all. I'm a fucking critical bastard as well. Now let's begin. The combat, fun, but there's nothing really to shoot at, which makes it kind of fucking pointless. Mining, thank fuck we don't have to do it for more than 2 hours. There's an initial hurdle of getting resources, and after that you can just crash economies at your whim and buy all the resources in a much more efficient manner. But I do admit, it is satisfying to that monkey part of our brain that says, I don't want that hill to be there anymore, and then you can just simply remove the hill. Very nice. The flying in the game is very intuitive and easy to learn, more importantly. I'm so tired of games wanting you to get actual fucking pilot license to fly a starship. Stop making me Elite Dangerous, stop. Ground vehicles, they're badass, but they suffer from the same problem that combat does in general. There's jack shit to do. But I imagine with the Hello Games just throwing updates at the game until they solve all their problems method of developing, that this shit will probably be resolved. Building your base. Intuitive, fun, deeper than I imagined, and, more importantly, you can use it to exploit the natural resources of the planet around you. All in all, great colonialization simulator. Animals. Fucking weird, but funny. The planets themselves. Repetitive as shit until you find your paradise planet, then you'll just kind of walk around in a daze looking at the beauty. Owning a Star Destroyer. I don't know what you expect me to say, it's fucking awesome. Multiplayer. It exists. That's about it. Its main functionality is unlocking cosmetics. Which is fine, but, I wish there was more. Though it is very satisfying to show your friends your bases and all that stuff and the planets you've been able to find. Customization. Deep. Very fun. You can customize your character as much as you like. You can change your goddamn species if you so wish. You cannot customize your ships. You can customize your frigates to big starships with colors, but you cannot customize your ships in any way, which is kind of nice. It means if you find a ship, it's your ship, and you don't have to pay real money for it. It's a fucking amazing concept to game developers now, that you can own something unique to your game that no one else can have, and you didn't have to fucking give your soul away for it. It is honestly incredible that they have not charged anything to customize your ship, your character, or your gun. If you find a unique gun, it is yours in your game. Unless you ordain to share it by giving its coordinates, it will be yours alone. That is incredible, and it is a very fucking rare thing to find in games nowadays, something truly unique to you. The music, it's fucking incredible. I mean, it made me feel emotions I didn't know I had. So I'd say that's a goddamn sparkling review, 10 out of 10. The difficulty. Now, the difficulty is far easier than it was at launch. At launch, it was you step outside and acid will melt your head off. Now it's a very laid-back experience, unless you have self-imposed challenges on you. It is very casual, super easy breezy. Bugs. They're basically non-existent, which I was very surprised by. I was expecting this to be a very big game with a lot of bugs, but I was surprised to see that this is very, very fucking polished. I didn't really run into any problems, nothing game-breaking. I can't even remember a bug I had, which is honestly incredible. Now for the game state, the most important category in some cases. The game state itself is one of the best in the industry, by far. The developers have unlocked a secret that is hidden to most companies. It is listening to your players and then doing what they want. It is a foreign concept to many companies, but they seem to have mastered it. And they've mastered something else arguably more important: knowing what game you want to make and how to achieve it. It is a very rare thing in this industry where a company sticks to one genre they want to do very well, and they see that through to completion in every single way. They didn't do this initially, but they've redeemed themselves absolutely. I can guarantee you're thinking of companies now who have completely lost the plot with your favorite titles and your favorite franchises just because they were trying to appease too many people at once. No Man's Sky does not do this. It appeases to one very specific crowd, and it does that extremely, extremely well. To the point of where that crowd may find new players and expand. And from here, they've built a foundation to expand their game forward to where they can maybe expand into other genres. The next one most likely being exploration. After that, combat and action. We'll see where the game goes from here. but showing that they have such a fundamental and well thought out understanding of the sandbox genre, it gives me very good hope that they can focus and deepen the other genres that are dormant in this game. And from here on out, it can only go up. I'm excited to see where Hello Games decides to take their redemption project, but I know it will be in a great direction no matter what they choose because they have such a absolutely solid foundation. I only wish that other dipshit companies would learn to simplify their game and simply make what they promised. Don't overextend. Don't pull a 343. Don't pull a BioWare. Don't pull a Ubisoft. Don't pull a fucking CD Projekt Red. Don't pull basically what every single game company has done for the past 6 to 7 years consistently. Be simple, but be extremely effective at being simple. Overall, for a sandbox game, it's a 10. I love it very, very dearly. For an exploration game, it's a 5 out of 10. If you're looking for any other genre to scratch an itch, just simply move on. Maybe in some years it will be worth it for you, but right now in the current state it's in, it simply isn't worth it for any other genre.